Hello, this is Priyanshi Vijay. I'm doing my PGTM first year from Jaipuria Institute of Management, Jaipur. Today we have some guest faculties from Bhutan, Royal Institute of Management. So let's go ahead and know something about them.
Thank you. To talk about myself, my name is Sanjit Mohat and I come from Bhutan, a country in the Himalaya. And there in Royal Institute of Management, I am a faculty. I teach finance-related subjects. Prior to joining the institute, I also worked as a teacher in a high school. So now I am a faculty in RI. So before I talk about how I felt when I was here, let me talk a little bit about how was the journey from Bhutan to Jaipur. So as soon as we landed to Delhi, we started complaining actually, like we're missing our country. There are some people, it's so hot, no one is giving any, say like no one is looking at us, no one is giving answer to our questions, which direction to go. And with that thoughts, we took another flight from Delhi to Jaipur. And landing in Jaipur, the feelings were same. But as soon as we came out of the airport, I could see, I was in the front, four of us, three ladies behind me, and I could see a man with bright face, two men with a bright face, a big smile were there. And as soon as I saw them, I asked them, are you from Jaipur Institute of Management? And they said yes. So that was the first thing which, it was like connecting back to home. And we feel like we are already at home. And taking journey from there, it was Warden sir and driver Rakesh. And from there itself, we were back to our families. So coming to the institute, then meeting with, firstly we met with Madam Tina, director, and the cooks. Everyone were so, let's say, like family to us. None of them treated us like we are outsiders or something like that. So we felt like we are at our home only. And students, they were also really good. They give smile. They talk to us. They come to us and ask about Bhutan, which we'd like to talk about. And it was really nice. And even though it is our official tour or official training, but the faculties has taken it like a personal thing. Some of the faculties has taken us to their houses, and some of them has taken us into their family activities like jeep ride and all those things. These things were like, oh, we are not away from home. And we also have been to director's house. We met with Madam Director's wife there. And so overall, it was really good. We have no complaint about the hospitality given by the institute. So we are really like we are at our home only. Okay, so most of the students have not been to Bhutan. Okay. But the first student that spoke to me was so excited, and he came to me and he was nervous. I know from his face, he was nervous, should I talk to him or not? And he came to me and he started asking about Bhutan. And there was a reason. He told me that he was doing some kind of study for the neighbor country of India. And he was doing some study, so he thought like, I can get the information from the internet, but it is a good thing to have it from the primary source. So he was asking me about Bhutan, and they were really good. And from their face, I can make out that they have positive things about Bhutan. Because whenever we talk about some countries, we either have a good notion or the bad notion.
Exactly.
So, but as for me, looking at the person's face, he was like his mind was filled with Bhutan is a good country. So he wanted to know from me, but I could not satisfy him because it was all data factual things. So I gave him the things that I know, and all others are excited, and everyone are talking like we want to come to Bhutan. So it was really good, and we welcome everyone to Bhutan. Firstly, we are blessed to have a king who actually, in the COVID time, he was never at his place. He was traveling all around the country, and he has lost his weight. And his picture came up in the media, and every person in the house watching to the television in the news channel were actually crying, especially the let's say adult generation. They were crying looking at his picture. So when we say like we have king in Bhutan, some people, maybe the younger ones, they feel like someone has kept them under his command or something like that. But it is not that. Actually, king has given the freedom, but people wants him to lead. So king is the first thing. He was traveling all around in the COVID time, and second source of income for Bhutan is tourism, which was closed. There were no tourists visiting during the COVID. So there was like many people unemployed. They lost their employment. And that time also, king from his own fund, he has given, we call it kidu, that is grace from the king. He has granted from Niltam 8,000 to Niltam 12,000 to every person who lost their job. Monthly they receive their, they say, salary. It is grace from the king. So there was no like people having trouble, no people suffering without things to eat or to pay rent and all those things. And other thing is, king has paid the loans of the house owners, and house owners were made to waive off the rent. So people need not pay their rent also. So these are the two things that, there are many things what I remember right now ad hoc. So these are the two things that I can talk about my king. And for the students of Jaipuria, I would like to say, you're learning, you're great, you're learning from many people, diverse knowledge has been given to you. But what I want to say is, at the end of the day, it is not money, it is not your reputation, it is the happiness which your director always talk about. So when you go to bed at the end of the day, just think, am I happy? And the second question is the person next to me happy or not? So take these two things in mind and work.
Your answer was itself a delight to listen to, and it was great having you with us over here in Jaipuria Institute of Management, Jaipur. Thank you so much for visiting. It was a pleasure to us that you visited and spent so many days with us. Thank you so much.